Get everybody all situated. Reality water cooler. I am back in Texas, back in my closet, the beloved. Welcome, everybody. I am Sarah in Texas and so happy for you to join live. It is so much more fun. This is our place to chat reality TV gossip. And of course, Jeff Lewis. OMG. I feel like we could chat for 3 hours and not be done. It is crazy. I do apologize for yesterday, me being on location in Las Vegas. I did, oh, wait, this is not coming up. I normally everything goes up as a replay on all the streaming services and up on my podcast, Jeff Lewis Obsessed. Yesterday is only available on Instagram at Jeff Lewis Obsessed. I promise you it's worth a listen, though. I covered so much from all 5 days at Bravocon and, of course, yesterday's Jeff Lewis. So it was amazing. Shout out. Get comfortable in comments. We love to see your conversations. I do try to read your comments as I'm going along. I probably will wait for some of those at the end. But anyways, oh my gosh, I got to get back in the groove, right? I didn't go live for so long. It was crazy. Okay, let's get started with shout out news, y'all. I have not been able to pay attention to a whole lot. I'm still getting through DMs, which, by the way, how do you miss a Heather McDonald unblock and DM? Like, I'm sort of dying. Like, how did I not see that for well over 24 hours? Anyways, okay, sort of about that. Kelly Dodd has put on her Patreon, and I think yesterday and today maybe, but I have not listened to it. So go take a listen to it. She put on there that she basically believes Heather in this whole earring gate thing. It almost sounds what people have told me so far. And I admit I've not had time to listen or watch, and I want to her Rick and Kelly show on YouTube or her Patreon. But it sounds like she's more anti-Krista than she is pro-Heather. So I'm not really sure. Tell me your thoughts on what is going on. Let me know. I love when you send me DMs to let me know stuff. It is amazing. I try my best, but I cannot keep up with everything, right? I do have my fuck necklace on. I'm feeling it today for sure. Okay, but I am curious how this, especially since Jeff lately is kind of going back on what he's always said, especially he kind of seemed to say even more when he read that DM from someone early in the Jeff Lewis show today, something about don't fuck with people that you don't fuck with. I mean, if that's not a t-shirt waiting to happen, I do not know what is. Like, I would buy that merch in a freaking heartbeat because that just goes for everybody, right? Like, it's almost like if you're on someone else's side that I'm against, then you're against me. And I totally understand. And I've had those feelings for sure. It might seem a little seventh grade, but it's just human nature, right? If you feel like someone has effed you over and somebody else is close to you is still on their side and everything, I understand those feelings completely. But I also have my thoughts where it's not your circus, not your monkey, right? So I don't know. It's kind of a case by case situation for me for sure. And obviously it's easier to follow that and want people that are against me to be against those people. It's obviously harder for me to be that person because I do like to have everyone get along, and it's hard for me to draw a line in the sand with people, right? But it did sound like Jeff is leaning more against what he used to say. It was like, oh, follow that person. I don't date that person. Make sure to follow, talk to them. But now he seems to be changing his tune. And I really want to hear your thoughts on that because I know he has said some very controversial things in the last 2 days, and we are going to talk about that. But out of respect for his ex-boyfriend, I sound like I got a cease and desist, and I promise you I didn't. But I am just trying to navigate all the emotions that that his ex-boyfriend must be going through with all of this stuff on the radio. But also, more importantly, the passing of his mother, hopefully visiting his family and friends that he doesn't get to see very often since they live in another country. So anyways, just be respectful of how I try to say things today, because I think it is a very difficult situation to navigate. And I'm trying to be the most respectful, but I understand I'm a freaking Jeff Lewis fan account. We want to talk about it. That is why we join every day, right? That's why our Chumpet community is so amazing, is because we have each other to talk all of these dirty details that none of our family and friends know about. And we want to talk about it, right? I mean, almost more than Bravo. I feel like Bravo, we can make our own opinions, but I feel like Jeff Lewis live and the after show is so specific and it's such a niche group of us, amazing chumpettes, that I feel like we definitely want to talk about that because we can't listen anywhere else, right? There's not 400 Jeff Lewis fan accounts to pick from. Kind of stuck with me, folks. You're kind of stuck with me. So anyways, yeah, so y'all are agreeing that it's a case-by-case situation and not everyone is perfect, right? We can make decisions that we don't agree with later. And that's when the apology tour, that's when the big, beautiful orchids that Jeff is apparently having sent over to Kyle Richards today, that's when that happens, right? We can say things, we can do things that we regret. And nobody's perfect. I mean, I haven't met anyone that's perfect yet because I haven't met Jesus Christ himself yet. Okay, so, but I am curious if Kelly going in so pro Heather and anti Krista is maybe going to affect her friendship and relationship with Jeff. So I am staying tuned to that for sure. Okay, as you heard my show yesterday, I did tell you that I did walk over respectfully to Brandy and Julie when they were away from Heather at a bar. And I said, you know, can we have a few minutes to talk privately? They absolutely agreed. I waited patiently till they got their drinks because obviously it was a bar and they were waiting. And some fans came up to see them and stuff. And then we picked a table that was by an edge and by the wall, and nobody was bothering us. So, anyways, that went all really well. I honestly wish I would have seen Heather's unblocked situation. And the reason I saw it is because in my reels, a video that she had made of like her dancing all along the VIP room at Bravocon, that post came up on my reels. And I'm like, wait, why am I seeing this? I mean, y'all had sent it to me in the DM because y'all know she had me blocked. So I had seen it. I didn't see it live. So I don't know when she filmed the dancing thing. I was in the VIP room a lot Sunday, or kind of a lot, but I didn't see that happen. So I don't know what time that was, after or before our interaction or unexpected interaction. But I saw it and I'm like, well, that's weird. Why would I be seeing her stuff? And then I pull up her name and I'm like, holy shit, I see it. So then I realized she had unblocked me. I don't know what happened. I think I went to send her a DM like, holy shit, you know, is this an accident? And then I saw that she had sent me a DM just about a few hours after our interaction on Sunday. So I won't go into those details. But let's just say it. There was no threats. There was no cease and desist. It was a very nice DM, very brief DM, and all is good. I sent her a reply. She said, okay, thanks, or THX, whatever the shortcut is for thanks. And I am still to this day unblocked. So anyways, I don't like drama. Okay. So we don't follow each other anymore like we used to. She probably won't be looking at my content and commenting on things because we don't follow each other. And that is okay. But I am honestly glad, so glad that I had the opportunity to clear the air and hear Brandy and Julie's side of things. And it just made me feel better about things. And now that I see that Heather McDonald unblocked me and sent me a DM, I am glad that we actually had that interaction, right? So, anyways, but I wish I'd have seen it because somebody else that was there, who I'm not even going to mention, people were telling me that she was all talking about this stuff and saying that I absolutely went up to Heather and that, you know, my tiny Instagram account or something like that. I guess she doesn't know numbers because I looked at her numbers, and let's just say, anyways, but and then she was saying that I came up to Brandy and Julie housewife style. Absolutely not. I absolutely came up to them very respectfully, no drama, no nothing. I waited till their fans weren't around them. I waited till Heather McDonald wasn't around them, and came up to them and asked them, and everything went great. So I'm really not sure why she is inserting her little self into this bullshit behind a paywall nonetheless. But it's absolutely false. I absolutely wish if there was cameras, if any fans were in the VIP room at BravoCon Sunday around 4 p.m.-ish and saw either one of the interactions, post away. I will stand by my actions 1,000%. If anyone has an in to security at the Caesars Forum and they can pull a security camera, pull it, okay? Because there's a lot of things about Sarah, well, I won't say my last, about Sarah from Texas, but lying and exaggerating. And I keep a lot of content to myself that would absolutely blow the fuck up my accounts. And I keep it to myself out of integrity and respect for other people. And I need to go to sleep at night because in the end, this is just a fun fan account, right? I'm not here to blow other people up. I'm here to be positive and fun and make people want to come and chat with me. I'm not here to put others down and make people not want to go and listen to them. Okay. So that's all the light I'm going to give to her. But I'm just saying, when I heard about all of her stuff and I did hear about her paywall, a very good friend listened to it and gave me exactly what she said. She was being very negative about me, as if my account is tiny and just putting me down, and then saying that I came at them, or implying that I came at them, Brandy and Julie, aggressively, claiming that Heather, and she put it in a Facebook group because y'all sent me, claiming that I absolutely came up to Heather or bombarded her, whatever the word she was using. And I'm like, absolutely not. So the fact that Heather sent me the DM and unblocked me a couple of hours later, I feel like she knows exactly how our situation came to happen. Okay. And the fact that this girl is saying things the complete opposite is like, get the fuck out. Who are you? Like, you're at Bravocon with a freaking t-shirt about yourself, just hoping people come up to you. Like, no. Like, no, you didn't, but you did. You did. So cringe. Okay, that's as shady as I'm going to get. But I'm just saying, because I was hearing all that, I was telling my side in my Instagram stories last night. I was exhausted. It was around midnight my time. And then when I realized that Heather had unblocked me and DM'd me, I'm like, you know what? Never mind. She knows without saying our DM, she knows exactly what happened. She is not angry at me. Let's just say I deleted all of that content about that other girl because I'm like, she's not getting any light and love from me off of my back, right? Anywho, so I deleted it all. Anyhow, okay, let's get into today's Jeff Lewis. But oh my God, more importantly, the Jeff Lewis after show. Zach Noe Towers and Monica Casey were the absolute two most perfect people for today. I feel like Zach was so good at saying, look, you are not dating this person anymore, so he should no longer be used for content. Keep him out of your mouth. And I respect that Zach Noe Towers had the balls to say that, because that takes a lot to go up against, not even against, but to give Jeff Lewis advice, right? So I feel like Jeff likes advice and he likes when people are a little bit edgy with him. That's why he takes like the mean phone calls or the people that are gonna put him on edge. He doesn't want to take the phone calls. They're like, oh my God, Jeff, you're so right. We love everything you do. You know, his ass is great. He doesn't need smoke blown up it. Okay. So I love that he takes the difficult phone calls. And he also says, look, when I F up, I F up. He definitely got a lot of DMs. He chats about that today. It's very controversial. A lot of people love his ex-boyfriend, okay, have a very strong feelings about him. But besides that, it also comes into play your own personal experience with your parents and your relationship and what you feel about when or how you should deal with an impending death of a parent that lives in another country and choosing this optional event to go to, right? So I don't know. I said it yesterday. I truly believe Jeff said today he still loves this person. He's still not over him completely, and he has his best interest at heart. He felt like he was telling him privately, you need to go. I'm giving you the advice. I don't want you to have regrets. You need to go and see your mother while you still can. And he said, I can't understand when I feel like it's so black and white of what the answer and what other people should do, and people go against that and do something different. And I understand. Sorry, I'm missing so many of y'all's comments. But keep them going. I know y'all chat amongst yourselves for sure. But I wonder, I do hope that tomorrow, I said yesterday that I wish Jeff had kept this all private, but he didn't. The fact is, I'm a fan account. We do have to discuss it, but I am trying to be very respectful of the situation because I do feel like emotions are very high. Personally had a great relationship with both of my parents. They both passed away from cancer. So even though it was sudden ish when they passed away, because you never know the day and time and, everything, it's still a hard situation to do. And I feel absolutely confident in how I handled both of those situations. But sometimes we can make a bad decision in the moment. And maybe he will look back and realize maybe that's not how I wish I would have handled it then. But we don't always do everything perfectly, right? There's regrets in life. Life is a challenge. There's regrets, and we can't always make the best decision, maybe. So I'm not going to get into judging that, but I know a lot of people are, and more so, y'all have a lot of strong feelings. So tell me in comments what you think about Jeff's somewhat apology today. I feel like he was apologizing for saying something about it, but in perfect Jeff Lewis fashion, he's adamant that I still believe that he should not have gone to this optional event that he had no work ties to or obligations to, and he should have gone to see his family. So I don't know. That's not for me to say at all. Um, I thought Ben and Ronnie from Watch What Crappens Live were an interesting duo to have on today. It was probably a really tough day to have them on, but I sort of like that they also talk about, they shit talk people and then they have to run into them, right, at things like the Bravocon and stuff. So Jeff also does that, when he says things about people and then he has to run into them. So I truly believe that since he is not dating this person anymore, and there's been lots of pauses and unpauses, right? We never know the truth of what really goes on. We hear Jeff Lewis's side, right? He's got the radio. So I always say there's probably three sides to a story. We're never going to know. We're not there. We don't see where Jeff's wiener goes when they're on pause, right? We don't see any of that. We don't see where Stu's wiener has gone. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't see their DMs. We don't see their text. Even if someone were to come out and say something, that's not absolute proof to me, because I feel like people can be wanting their 15 minutes of fame and they can say or do anything, right? So I am such a factual person. I almost need video proof of things if someone's going to try to convince me of stuff, because, you can't know. You can have a history with someone and believe, you know what, they've always been factual, but people have effed me over for sure. You know what I mean? Donna Bowling, I love you. Thankfully, we don't see where their wieners go. I don't know. I'm all for putting a GoPro down there and calling it a reality TV show. I mean, I'm not opposed to that at all. Not opposed to that at all. The things those wieners must see and hear. OMG. I'm here for it. I'm up for a lot of reality TV and a wiener GoPro, and Jeff Lewis is one of them. So I did meet Ronnie at the Jeff Lewis pre-Bravocon party. He was very nice. I loved chatting with him. Then I didn't think he was going to Bravocon, so I think he got a ticket. Well, I know he wasn't, because he told me. And then he must have gotten a VIP pass somewhere, because he was in the VIP room on Saturday. And my girlfriend, who is a huge Watch What Crappens fan, I look up and I see Ronnie, and I'm like, oh my God, Ronnie. I'm like, please come meet my girlfriend, Yvette. He totally chatted it up with her. It was so fun. He's very nice. I did see them live with her when they came to Houston, Watch What Crappens Live. I didn't really know much about their podcast at the time, because I just don't make a lot of time for podcasts, but they were very nice. I think they're a great fit on Jeff Lewis Live. So I hope they become chumps, like it's great. Thought they did a really good job. They've been doing this for 12 years, y'all. I mean, talk about freaking OGs. Like, they probably invented the microphone and the camera and everything. Like, they know exactly what they're doing. I sort of love that they kind of keep a hands-off approach. And I do understand this because, just being a fun fan account, when you do have some interactions, whether it's on DM or in person, if you're lucky enough that I have been, or both, you do start to have some allegiances to people, and you start to not want to say things or what have you. So it is a fine line of like keeping that relationship, kind of a little bit distant. because I need to be able to be as honest as I am, and I can't limit what I have to say. And that's why I love that Jeff Lewis, as being a fan account of his, he's super hands off with me, right? He is not like patting me on the back, following me, reposting me, sucking up to me. He's not doing that stuff, which absolutely keeps my attention. But it also lets me know I can say whatever I want because I don't have to agree with him all the time. But I also know he's not watching my shit. You know what I mean? Like, I need to be independent of him as a fan account. And I really love that. And I think that I respect that about Ronnie and Ben, that they seem to really navigate that well with the housewives. So, okay. So they did play T for D. So often whenever they do that, but Monica does ask him, and I think someone asked him last week, or this came up. Jeff says, look, I'm not in a place, like, I really feel like I jumped into a relationship very quickly after Scott. I think he tends to do this with everyone. There's a pattern. He absolutely agrees he needs to work on himself. And he says, I am not ready. Like, I am not, like, nobody is worth me right now. Like, I totally need to call Dr. Judy and work on myself before I jump into another relationship. He didn't say if he wouldn't jump into bed with someone, but I also feel like, Jeff seems to be able to detach himself from situations. Like, we now know, even just a few weeks ago, when he didn't say a word, that this other, what do you call it? Like what was he, remediation was coming up with him and Gage. And we know that he had been kind of off all week and kind of just off. And then he walks into the after show with, I think it was Amanda McCants and Paige Davis. And he was asking to borrow some makeup. And he said, oh, I've got to go to the mediation today. So he, I think, is going through some things. Obviously, we know the things that he was going through with producer Jen, with Hollywood Houselift and getting rid of her. There's probably things about his ex-boyfriend that he's not able to say, that he alluded to today, like maybe some legal things that he's not able to say or he's unsure of, things with Brandy and Julie, what have you. I think he's trying to navigate and realize, maybe despite how much I respect my fans, and this is my radio show, this is my outlet to talk about my life, we do want to hear it all. We're here for it. But sometimes I need to keep my mouth shut for the sake of other people and for myself, right? So he does go into this apology, but he's adamant that he believes that he's shocked that his ex-boyfriend made the decision that he did, and he just wanted him to make a different decision. And he goes into all of those details, which has gotten him in fire, right? The phone calls on the after show. Who was that caller? Gideon? Oh my God. Caller Gideon has huge balls. I mean, he went after Jeff, says that Jeff F's a bunch of people when they're on pause. I do not know what Gideon knows, but DM me, Gideon. I want to hear it all for sure. Caller Brandon also came in and had a completely different thing, kind of trying to take up Jeff's ex-boyfriend's side, because he was saying, look, I had a bad relationship with my mom and people kind of judged me how I dealt with her death and all of that. He wanted Jeff to give more grace to people, right? Specifically his ex. But yeah, I mean, those were some ballsy callers for sure. And I love that Jeff probably gets a little snippet of what they might want to say and still takes those calls. Like, he's not going to take the easy calls, right? Yeah, Gideon was referencing when he was on Zach Noe Towers podcast, which I did put in my Instagram story. So make sure you're looking at that. If you ever want to know what people's products or podcast, things they talk about as they're on that day, I do try to make an Instagram story about them, because I know personally, a lot of us are listening to the podcast. We're working, we're at Costco, we're putting our babies down for a nap, we're picking up our kids from school, we're doing all sorts of stuff, vacuuming. So if you miss something and don't have time to go back, you can always check my Instagram stories that day and you'll hopefully get all the information you want. What else? Jeff is saying he needs to focus on himself. I hope he does. I mean, he did mention calling Dr. Judy Rosenberg instead of calling Dr. Donna. We do know now that Dr. Donna's, I don't know what you want to call it, her time frame of dialing Dr. Donna, I guess yesterday was the last episode of it. They haven't really said what's going to happen with it next, if another show will come on. I honestly wonder if all the new content is going to go away, if 789 is going to go away, and the Jeff Lewis after show is going to come over to channel 102 after Jeff Lewis Live, which I'm not opposed to. I mean, I love the archive shows, but I personally only made time. Thank y'all for buying a badge and all the badges that y'all bought yesterday. Oh my God, y'all, you more than paid for my $7 bag of chips at Bravocon if I would have bought a couple of bags. So thank you so much. I really appreciate when you do TikTok prizes and gifts and stuff. When you like the TikTok, that makes me, right now there's 4,500 likes. Please tap in the screen on TikTok. All of it helps me. Make a comment, like my views, like my videos. It all helps me and I really appreciate it. And the badges, thank you. But I do think that I wish everything, that show would come to Radio Andy, and then maybe eventually he will have his own radio channel like Howard Stern, like Andy Cohen. But even Andy Cohen's is a mashup, right? So he's got a lot of different shows on there. I would love to see Jeff Lewis's be all of his content, like a replay a couple of times a day, obviously the live Jeff Lewis Monday through Friday, replays of the Jeff Lewis after show. And then the other stuff, I think you could fill with archives. I would personally love the ease of just listening on one channel that I can get on my radio in the car, on my Alexas, on my phone, on the app, everything. Because I do think it's technically challenging and just kind of downright freaking annoying to have to go over to 789. That's just my thoughts. I'm not saying I want 789 to go away, but I'm saying I do want an easier way. And since we have heard, I think I put too much blush on today. I look like a little whore. What the hell? I need glam every freaking day, right? I do not know what I'm doing. Y'all, look at this. I got inspired by Amanda, who did my hair in Las Vegas Thursday night. I tried to wrap my little hair around my ponytail and put a little bobby pin in there. Look at me being all fancy for y'all. My husband's be like, hey, hot stuff, when he gets home from work today. Like, you don't do this shit for me. I'm like, oh. Anyways, y'all are inspiring me to be better. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. We do try to keep this show. Thank you for the gleam. It was so good. She was so nice. She made me feel so put together. I loved my hair that she did. I loved the makeup. I loved the natural eyelashes that she did. It was so good. It was worth every dollar for sure. Bex Drew says, did you say Dr. Donna's show is canceled? I don't know if it's canceled. I haven't asked. I'll be honest with y'all. There are way more obsessed Jeff Lewis fans than me. I just happen to be crazy enough to run an account. I have the time. I love, love, love chatting with y'all daily. I love answering your DMs. I love meeting y'all in person. To every chumpette that I met at Bravocon or in Las Vegas, it was so fun. I hugged your necks. I took pictures. Just, it's so fun to meet other people that we have so much in common with. So I loved it. But I can tell you, I missed it. I think it's already down. But Megan apparently put up a video or a thing of somebody having a tattoo of Jeff Lewis's face and said chump on it. I need to find that. Somebody send that to me again so I can repost it, because that is goals. Now, I have 0 tattoos and I'm not into tattoos or anything like that, but I don't know. It just goes to show you all the merch and all the handmade chump stuff and the sweatshirts that I saw at Bravocon that said chump on it, y'all. It was so fun. I mean, I really, really think we need a chump con. Like, I cannot wait. Like, we've got to get that crap together for sure. So I don't know, but I say that to say I am a fan, but I really don't hassle Jeff or Shane with those kinds of questions. I like to listen to the show. I mean, if they want to DM me any insider information, I will take it. All you got to do, Jeff and Shane, is tell me what's for public knowledge and what's for the vault, because I'll keep it. But I don't ask them things like, is Dr. Donna canceled? Is she coming back? All I did was heard what they said on the radio show yesterday. Jameis had said, maybe it was during a commercial break, but something about this is the final show because that was the season of it. That was the time of it. So did you hear about the live show? Wait, what? That's true. Did you hear about the live show coming in 6 weeks? What are you talking about? Did I literally miss that? So on the freaking app today, I'm listening and I was about to get in the shower And all of a sudden the app stopped. And usually I just have to go over there and hit the play button. All of a sudden it went to watch what happens or watch what happened live, which I love that show with John Jude and Melissa France. But I was still listening to Jeff Lewis live, and then it messed it all up. And as you know, then you got to go to the app and then fast forward, try to find. So I think I listened to the whole show. He mentioned a live show. Oh my God, y'all. Could this be what Pohl was talking about? That he sees a flight in my future? He said, you're traveling somewhere soon. Y'all, I am trying to manifest an invitation from Jeff and Shane to the December 6th Hollywood House Love Season 2 premiere party. I was lucky enough to go to Season 1's premiere party. I would just die. I am so thankful. I have such an amazing husband. If you saw my video, I was kind of happy to lay back in bed beside him last night, even though he was snoring just a little bit. He is so supportive of this fun, crazy fan account thing that I do. And it's amazing that, he is happily able and willing to care for our children when I'm gone for me to go to fun events like this. So, oh my God, I cannot believe I missed that live show information. Did they say it's LA? I hope they give us enough notice, because for people like me that want to fly in, and I know a lot of others, and I hope I can encourage you, do not worry if you've never taken a trip by yourself. The very first trip I ever took by myself was the November 2021 show in Burbank. And I do not regret that at all. I had so much fun. I met up with other chumps. Nothing you ever do will be alone if you just join the Jeff Lewis Obsessed Facebook group and say, hey, I want to go to this event. Does anybody else want to come with me in my city? You will meet your people. We are the Chumpack community and we are amazing. So I'm just dying that I missed that part. I cannot believe it. They're going to announce it 4 weeks in advance. Okay. Oh, Zuba, how I would love to meet you. I want to meet so many of y'all that I know on social media. I mean, the way I adore talking with y'all, it's so fun. It's 6 weeks out, but Jeff said today 8 weeks would be better. Oh my God, y'all, I'm literally dying. Y'all are literally teaching me about this. That must have been the little pocket that I missed. So I tried to fast forward it and it went to after the commercial break. So I'll try to listen to it again. Said it was too early to announce. Oh my God, y'all. Y'all, please, please, please make plans to come out. I would love to meet some of you. I would love to meet the ones I've already met, see ones I haven't met before. It would be so fun. We can make our very own ChumpCon, right? Oh my God, all the things are coming true. Pohl was right. I'm just dying. Oh my gosh, I adore y'all so much. Where will it be at? Luna Baduna says on TikTok. We don't know yet. Did he say? I would have to assume, oh my God, if he did it in Dallas, that would be amazing. I could literally drive up. I would let y'all hop in my Suburban from Houston. We would all hightail it to Dallas. Wouldn't that be amazing? Let me see this question. Oh, somebody said they had a question. I don't see it. Okay. By the way, I love reading your questions and comments. I do miss some of them sometimes. If you're on Instagram, though, you can always hit the question button at the bottom if you don't want me to say if you don't want people to know what question you asked. Oh my God, A Blackman, I'm between Dallas and Houston. Well, you can pop in my Suburban on the way. Okay, let's chat about what else was said today. I love that they were talking about Zach seemed to be flirting with Jeff. Like, I heard a couple of things he was saying. I do not see a sexual attraction between Jeff and Zach Noe Towers. But I think Zach Noe Towers, during that interview that he did with him on After Hours with Zach Noe Towers, that was a very good interview. And I really feel like Jeff and Zach Noe Towers came to have just much more respect for each other and they got to know each other better. So I don't know, maybe there are sparks flying. Who knows? I do think as far as anything serious, I want Jeff to keep the wiener can go wherever it needs to go, but keep the heart tucked away and just deal with your emotions of getting out of a very serious, intense relationship, right? Take your GoPro. We'll never forget you said that. Yeah. Charlotte says, I'm glad Jeff has taken a break from dating. I hope it lasts. I mean, I don't want to break forever because I think Jeff loves him some sexy time. I think he loves a monogamous relationship. I think he loves companion. Who knows? Maybe this, no, because Brogan and Shane are dating and they live together as roommates. So I was about to say maybe this is a great time for Shane to move back in with Jeff to give him some companionship. But no, we don't need that. We need Jeff to like hang out with his friends, hang out with the girls, maybe go out with, Krista and Amanda McCants and Paige Davis and Monica and Megan and just go out and have fun. You know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, Michael Riley says Zach would gladly. I assume you mean glad. Do we know why they broke up again? No, Jeff just said betrayal, and I'm not even going to get because I don't know. It's three sides. I feel like it's just not the time. I don't even want to go into the whole, the ex. I really hope that Jeff takes Zach's advice and says, look, you're not with this person anymore. So he needs to get his name out your freaking mouth, right? Get your name out his mouth. What else? We already talked about the callers. Gray sweatpants season. What is that? I definitely remember the gray sweatpants. I think they were they gray or like off-white? I think they were Lululemon. This outfit that Jeff had, and then a picture, and definitely he always says he hangs to the left. I can honestly tell you I've never stared at him directly. I'm trying to think of what Jeff is usually wearing when I meet him. I think Jeff is usually in slacks. He's never dressed casually. Every time I've met Jeff, he's either at a live event or he's coming out of Watch What Happens Live, coming out of the radio show. Hello Teeny, he was clearly dressed as a Grinch. So all his live show. So all the times I've seen him, he's usually kind of dressed up. So I don't think you can really see the package, but who knows? And I don't care how big it is. Like seriously, I won't be seeing it. I won't be touching it. I won't be crotch watcher. Oh my God. Lucy loves sports. I love that. Oh, Lululemon has slacks for me. God, can you imagine how much that crap is? I love that at the end, I love Monica Casey. She was talking about mom life and like this unpaid work that we do. I have been mostly a stay-at-home mom for most of our marriage. Very fortunate to do that. I did choose to be an elementary school teacher for 5 years of it. Then I quit to be a stay-at-home mom again. I always say it's no pay, but the benefits package is amazing. And it's so true. It is really hard to be a working mom or a stay-at-home mom, working dad, stay-at-home dad. It's hard to be a parent. So I love that even though Zach Noe Towers doesn't have kids and he's adamant he doesn't want any kids, I love that Monica kind of brings that. I also love on the after show when it's a boy and a girl. Okay. I mean, can we even say that, or am I going to get canceled for saying boy and girl? But I love that when I can know distinctly which voice it is, because sometimes when it's two females or two males, and the voices are similar, I'm like, freaking, I don't know who's saying it. And I always listen live instead of watching the video so that I don't get to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Total respect for working moms and stay-at-home moms. I will tell you, I had help when I worked for 5 years at an amazing after school nanny that was just amazing. And I was a school teacher, so I had a lot of time off, right? And I tried to really make it where I got home quickly after school. But it's hard to do all of it, right? I love being a stay-at-home mom though. But I loved working. I loved being a teacher too. I loved it. Liked it. I loved it sometimes, liked it sometimes, hated it sometimes. Does that make sense? I think that's with any job, right? What else? We only have about 6 more minutes. Y'all get comfortable in comments. Ask me questions. Do you have any more questions about Bravocon, about the pre-Bravocon party that Jeff hosted that I was lucky enough to go to, the Armenian Coffee Grounds reading? How are you doing, American? Don't know what that means. Yes, I love that. Lady Grace says I changed careers from insurance to being a teacher so I could be home when my son was home. And that's why I picked being a teacher, because I could get my teaching certificate very quickly because I already had a college degree from a long time ago. And the schedule, right? I liked knowing I was off for spring break, summer, holidays, weekends. Anyways. I don't know, Lola Gucci. Does anyone know? Does DM me so I can repost it, or somebody DM Jeff or Shane or Alyssa? Who would know this? Where that panel is, the Ask Andy panel that Jeff did. I know it was live somewhere, Bravo TV, Peacock, somewhere. Did they really pull it? Like, can we never listen to it again? That's really going to suck. I If I had time, I'd probably go back and listen to it because I felt like I was in the moment and just like whatever. But I never saw. No, I did see Captain Jason. I didn't take a picture with him. Is Tom's skin that bad? Ooh, you know what? He whipped out his phone so quickly to try to unblock me, and I was so flabbergasted I didn't even show him how to unblock me because he was trying to pull up my Jeff Lewis Obsessed fan account, and he was spelling obsessed wrong, OBCE, and I was like, no, having to. Anyways, I was so thrown back whenever he whipped out his phone so quickly to try to unblock me that I didn't even look at his skin. Probably I was looking at his phone the whole time. I need to post that video because the guy that was, so when you do these photo ops at the Bravocon, somebody takes your phone and they were just taking pictures like crazy, and my phone was on live view, so I have all these pictures of him trying to do that. And the reason I did that is not to, because Schwartz, I had my photo op with Schwartz and Sandoval. Schwartz had walked away for a second, so I was waiting for him to come back for our picture. I don't know if he got a drink of water or what, but so I just kind of made a light conversation. I said, oh, I wish you would unblock me from Instagram. And he was like, oh my God. And he just whips out his phone immediately. And I'm like, he's like, I'll unblock you right now. And I'm like, oh my God, like really? Anyway, so ask him to unblock me. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Okay. Somebody said you can watch the panel on Two Bravo Sisters Instagram, TWO, Two Bravo Sisters. Maybe they recorded the whole darn thing. Yes, a Black Mom 82. I work from home and it's not fun when the kids and husband, who's a teacher, are home. Yeah, I think it's distracting. That's why I do this show at 2:00 my time. Everyone except for one of my kids is home, and she takes a nap during this time because they wake up so early from school. But she gets home early because she's a senior, so she's got like college classes as a senior, high school senior, and so some days she's home really early. So, anyways, 54 minutes of the panel. That's awesome. Okay, TWO Bravo Sisters Instagram account. Y'all can get it from there. What else? Jeff and Megan detailed update. I haven't asked either one of the details. Oh, I take that back. Okay. Megan did tell me Sunday, I think, at Bravocon. I ran into her and Doug and we were hanging out. No. This was Saturday. Because that's when I had my Armenian coffee reading, and it was that night. Because I met two other Jeff Lewis fans that wanted to get a reading, and they did end up doing it. And she did tell me they did talk. Everything went well. They kind of hashed out both sides of things, and everything went really well. So I think that must have been privately at the Delano Hotel. I'm not really sure, though. I know they talked privately. That's all I know. So anyways, what else? Shout out. Who stunned you in person, as like physically, or I was shocked? Probably Lala Kent. She's really beautiful. And I mean, okay, John Hill says we shouldn't talk on other people's bodies, but I mean, she's freaking got a rocking body. She was so hot. And when you're in the VIP room at Bravocon, you don't have a schedule of what people are going to come in. So when she came in and was taking, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to finally get a picture with Lala. Same with Jeff Lewis and Shane. I didn't know their schedule that they were going to be in there from 2 to 2:30. I just happened to be in the lounge eating my cheeseburger. So anyways, yeah, lots of people have had readings. So anyways, well, we're about to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining live. This will go up as a replay. Please hit the like button. Please make a comment. If you're lucky enough to have another reality TV or Jeff Lewis fan, make sure you're following me and sharing my information. I'm on every social media platform at Jeff Lewis Obsessed. Also, this goes up as a podcast at Jeff Lewis Obsessed. So please give me a 5-star rating, like, and review. All the things. I would really, really appreciate it. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. The only thing that doesn't go up as a replay is TikTok. So thank you, TikTok, for joining me live. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much again for the gifts and the badges that you purchase on Instagram and TikTok. I really appreciate it. I should be out of YouTube jail December 3rd-ish. I got in trouble there, but whatever. So anyways, I'll be out of jail there. But anyways, bye y'all.